Well, we're ready to do a couple of card kits. These are the beautiful cards that we're going to be making today, and the kits are pretty simple to follow, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll start first with the tag card, this one here. And you'll see that I've got the hole punch that you received in your kit out because we're going to need it. It's a 1/4 inch hole punch, so we'll take that out. And I have pre-cut out several little tags out of the 12 by 12 papers. I cut these out, and all I'm going to do now is snip off the edge so it'll look a little bit more like a tag. You can cut out whichever ones you choose, but I use the purple, the pink, and the yellow here. Now I'm going to take my hole punch. I'm going to slip it in here and punch my hole to complete my little tag. These are 4 sweet, simple little cards that will be easy for you to replicate with the scraps, and you make several more. Now, in your little card kit, you do have 3 different colors of ribbon, which you'll use on your tags. And to do that, it's very simple. Find the middle, stick it through the hole from the front, pull the tails back through the loop, and yes, I'm all thumbs. And that's how you add the ribbon to it. So let's do one more here so you can see. Find the middle, stick it through from the front to the back, find the loop, pull your tails through, and it makes a pretty little knot on your tags. So I'll complete the last one here, and then we'll get on to the card. Now, I will tell you ahead of time, if you happen to start with your mini album, you should have enough scraps left over to make all of the cards. However, if you find that you're missing a couple of the pieces, don't worry, you can substitute them without any problem at all. And in each of the card kits, you found the measurements. I've given you those. Everything from what I've cut out and what you need to cut out. And you can substitute as you need to. So I went ahead and cut out my pieces and laid them out so I wouldn't take very long on the video. And this is the card. I folded it like this, a straight line across. Then I'm going to fold it like this and take my burnishing tool. Get my mouse out of the way. And I'm going to fold this one back like this. Now, it's not going to be perfectly even. Don't expect it to be. And that's how you make the fold, as you see here. So you have a mountain, and then you have a valley. Now, we're going to take the individual pieces and glue them down. So on the top, I've got an M on this one because the middle one is a little bit different in size, and I didn't want to get confused on the air, so I wanted to make sure I had that right. And I'm just going to use some glue to make this quick and simple. I'm using art glitter glue, of course. That's my go-to glue. And I'm just gluing these down in place. I see I tore my paper there. Okay. Got a lot of little pieces laying around. A little bit cluttered for me. But that's okay. I want to get these videos done so that I can complete generating the kit. I like doing them early, if at all possible. The next kit is a fantastic family recipe book. I've made a dummy one up, or actually a model one up, using my family. And let me tell you, I am so proud of it. I think it is just the best kit I've done yet. It is absolutely gorgeous. A lot of money, a lot of time was put into it. And then in May, that's the April kit. And then in May, oh my goodness, May is a completely out-of-the-box top kit. I will tell you more about it later, but right now all I can say is it's going to have over a dozen projects in it. So yeah, it's amazing. So I'm excited. I get more excited about creating these kits than I do anything else. Probably my least favorite thing to do is do the videos. I am not real comfortable being in front of the camera, as you can tell. I don't put my face on there for a reason. I don't want to break the camera. So, all right, now I put my little background pieces down. And I put the top ones. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my little squares. And here is a word of caution. If you have not cut your papers yet, cut out the sheet that has the squares on it first. I want to point that out to you. In fact, I took the title page of the collection that we're using, which is the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Meadow Flowers. This sheet here, make sure you cut it out. These squares you need, all of these items you do need. So be sure and cut that one out first, just as a word of caution. Otherwise, you might find that you used it where you shouldn't have, use the back side of it. Hopefully not, but I always like to tell you what to look for shortcuts. And I'm a sucker for flowers, in case you haven't figured that out by now. Got 2 daisies here. If I had realized they were 2 daisies, I'd have separated them, but I didn't do that. I didn't figure that out until it was too late. Let's see here. All right. There we go. Now we can just stick our little... Now, I did tack these down in the middle. Okay? I did put a little bit of glue here right to the side of that seam. And that way, it holds it together. And over on this side, too. So let's run a tacky... a little bit of glue there, a little bit here and here. A little bit here, a little bit here. If you put it too far over, your tag won't fit. And then just push that over. And then make sure you can still bend it. And then your tags will fit in there, hopefully, rather nicely. And if they don't, you can trim them down. So we're just going to stick those in like that. And there's our card. You can write a little message on each one of those. You're my favorite, happy birthday, special person. So that's card number 1. Or actually on your instructions, it's card number 2. But that's okay. We'll go out of order. Now for card number 1, we're going to do this card. And this card comes in a kit. This is all scored for you. If you look, you'll see the score lines. And it's going to start with 2 mountain folds in the middle. The little mountain fold in the middle is where you want to start so you won't get confused. So you'll start with that. Then you're going to bend this one back and bend this one over. Burnish those down. Okay, this is my middle one. I might as well go ahead and burnish it. Now I'm going to turn it around and do the other side. See if I can go in a little bit. All right, I'm going to go this way. And then fold this back. So what I have here is this. This is the little mountain fold. The double mountain fold in the middle, a valley fold on either side of it, and then 2 more downside pieces. Now what we're going to do is we're going to attach our paper to this. Okay, I'm going to have a white mat that's going to go right there. I'm going to then take a green mat right here, and then a yellow plaid like this. So I'm going to attach these two pieces before I put them on to the main piece. And I'm going to attach that main center piece very last thing, because I've got to get the mats on first. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up. Flip it over. Go ahead and line this one up as well with glue. Let me scoot it up just a hair, because it's not going to be even all the way around. It's a little bit longer on the edges. Perfect. Burnish that down. Now I'm going to put that to the side for a moment. I'm going to reach in here and grab my tag and my ribbon. I'm going to, once again, cut, and punch. Now you see why I gave you the hole punch. Kind of necessary in this kit. Find the middle of my ribbon. Or, let's do this. We can take it and bring it through. Or we can just tie a pretty bow and glue it to the front. And that is actually what I did on my sample one. I did punch the hole so it looked realistic. I'll get out my little handy dandy hole ribbon maker. And I'll make a ribbon real quick, a bow. My ribbon maker. Listen to me get tongue-tied. This is a bow maker. And all I'm going to do is make a pretty little bow. Like that. Perfect. Perfect. Now, I'm going to take glue and adhere that down. So, I'm going to go ahead and let that be gluing down while I'm doing the rest of my project. And then I'll trim the ends when it dries. And to hold that down, I will get a rice bag, put that on top of it. It'll absorb the moisture and get it dry quicker. Now, you have different size panels that you've cut out. You've got a narrow one that goes right here. So let's go ahead and glue those down. This is the smaller. There's two different sizes. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down to the side of the big mountain fold there. Nice. And then glue the other one down on the other side of it. Remember, this little piece is going to be on the very top when we get done. Okay. This is a short, quick video. Something you can do rather quickly. The only thing I can do quicker is eat chocolate. I can clean that up pretty quickly. All right, there's the second one. Now, all of these are the same, so I'm just going to go ahead and put the other 4 down on the other panels. But now, if you'll notice, I'm going to put a panel here. If I can get it lined up right. I am messing it up, so let me try again. And if you choose, you can put one here. But I put mine... Actually, I'm going to put mine right on here, because you could fold this like this and have it standing up. Whichever way you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead. I've done it both ways, so I'm going to show you both ways. See, this one, the panel comes over to hold it, and there's nothing on the inside. This one, the panel is going to be like this when you open it up. So you can do it either way, whichever you're more comfortable with. So I'm going to go ahead and lay it down like this. And I went ahead, just to be really safe, and made one for this panel here, in case you decide to turn that in like that instead of letting it prop out. So let's go ahead and glue those in place. And then we can attach the center, and we're done with this one. So you can either do 4 or you can do 6. Entirely up to you, however many panels you want to do. But I like to show you some variations so that you can determine what you like the best. Perfect. Okay, now that I've got all my panels together, I can do it this way, or I can leave it open all the way like that. Fold it this way or leave it open. So now I'm going to attach this piece right down the middle. Now, I'm not going to attach the glue on the edges. I'm just going to go right straight down the very middle of this, because it is going to help anchor the card. So I want it flush on the bottom, but I don't want it to impede the folding there. And then all we do, which is the only thing left to do, is to take our tag and adhere that to this piece here. You can write a nice little message on it if you choose. That would be sweet, so that they can see a happy birthday when they open up the card or something else. All right, now that's card number 1 completed. So we can put it to the side and move right on to card number 3. Now for card number 3, very simple card. We're going to take our little card kit, pull it out, and this is just a plain white card here and the envelope. I'm going to take my 2 mats, and I pre-cut my paper to go on these mats. Now, when I did my card kits, I had not saved enough of the green plaid to be able to do a whole piece here. But since it's covered up, I figured that wouldn't be a problem. So what I did was I took 2 smaller pieces, and I'm going to glue those together. Hopefully right side up. Get that on there. So if you get to making your card, you're going to have the measurement on your instructions there. And if you want to do the cards first so you don't run out, that's fine. But I chose to do my book first, because when I do a trial run, I always use the exact same ingredients that I give you so that you won't run out of anything. The last thing I want is for you to be completely confused with not enough instructions or not enough paper. Okay, there's that one. Let's glue this one down. Good deal. Excellent. Very narrow margins there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down on my card. I'm going to glue that down. At an angle. Just any old way that it'll fit. That looks pretty good right there. Now, for this one, before I do anything, I'm going to take the ephemera pack and pull out my ribbon and my little greenery pieces. You can arrange this any way you like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this up. So I'm going to take some mounting foam and put that on the back of this. Okay, and that way I can wrap the ribbon around without the ribbon sliding. And I want to wrap it low, so what I'll do, this is a little trick I use. I take my X-Acto knife and I cut the edge of my tape so I can pull the backing off. Now I find where I want to put my ribbon, right about in the center there. I lay it down, and see, my ribbon's going to stick on the bottom. Okay, and then that way I don't have to worry about it moving on me when I'm trying to tie a bow. And I'm going to do my little bow over here. I know I could have put the greenery down, but I want the greenery to really accent the card. So I'm kind of waiting because I can tuck it in anywhere I want to on my bow, under my bow. So let me just get a little bow here. I want it small. I don't want it to interfere with the picture. That looks pretty good. Now I've got a tail going straight up, so I'm going to take it and tuck it back through that loop. That way it'll go down. And then pull that tight. Very nice. Trim my ends so they look pretty. Well, that was a lousy trim. Okay, I'm going to trim this one. I'll go back. I don't know if I can do another one or not, if I have enough ribbon. All right. Now that I butchered that, okay, we're going to take our little leaves, and if you want to do them as a cluster, I can't get a hold of them, do them at a cluster at the top, you can, but I'm just going to take a little bit of glue, run it on them, and stick it down under my bow. And I'm going to do it kind of like this because it's going to overlap on here. Now I can pull this off and it will stick down beautifully. Isn't that pretty? I love that. I just think it's so simple and cute. All right, let's do another one. Just exactly like that, except we're going to leave out the little greenery and show you how pretty it can be just to be a simple card. Again, pull out my card and my mats. I chose the pink butterfly. Now, I think there's a third butterfly. I think it's in yellow. If you choose to do a yellow card, you should be able to have enough left over for that. So again, I'm going to glue this on. Then I'm going to take this piece and glue it down. Simple Stories is very good about blending their colors and creating a diverse group of papers in their collections. This is the first time I've used them in a kit. I really like them, so I think I'll probably use them again. Now on this one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to glue it down at an angle. Next month is a Mente paper. All right, I'll glue that like that. And then once again, I'm going to take my mounting foam, put it on the back of this. Yes, I'm switching scissors because I have one for adhesive and one for ribbon. It keeps my scissors nice and sharp that way. And again, I'll do that to pull off my backing. There we go. Find my ribbon. See, in 20 minutes, we've made 4 lovely cards. Love it. Okay. Stretch that out a little bit. Okay. Reposition it down a little lower. Come on now. That looks pretty good right there. And then again, we'll tie us a bow.